morning and welcome back to the Frugal Angler, an artist and angler. I'm on a tributary today of the River Thames. Well, actually it's not a tributary, it's a backwater lock cut that goes out to the main river in Oxfordshire, Upper Oxfordshire. It's a place I have fished in the past, a long time ago, numerous times, but not for many years. Probably about 15-14 years I've seriously fished it. I used to get a few fish in here. I don't know what it's like now. I've had skimmers and roach and perch. I even had a trout out of here once. I've got the pole on me today. Unfortunately, I've not got a pole roller. When I stopped my match fishing, I basically gave my pole and a lot of my match stuff to my son. But he left the pole at home, so I thought, well, I was tempted to use it again, so I got the pole out, but I can't find the pole roller anywhere. I think it must be in his car somewhere back his house. So I'm going to have to fish the pole pretty close in. I'm going to fish it about 6 meters. I can probably do that without having to ship back too difficultly and take the sections apart. I've set up 2 rigs, being a bit lazy actually. One's already set up with a stick float, as I use it on the river sometimes, and I keep rigs already attached to the end of the poles just to make things a bit quicker when I set them up. So one I've actually got a stick float on, the other one has got a small commercial fishery type float, but I find it's pretty good as well for fishing for silvers. I'm hoping to get a bite from anything basically. I've got 2 lines of approach really I'm going to do. I've got one down there by that bush down there. I'm going to feed Pinky. And then out about 6 meter, I've introduced a ball of liquidized bread. I'm just letting that settle for a few minutes, and I'm going to go out of that over the top with bread punch and see if I can winkle a few bites out. If that doesn't work and I don't catch on the pole and possibly the fish are further across, then I will go over there sort of 3/4 of the way across, or near that sort of boat mooring thing over the far side, and I'll go over there on the feeder. I've got a little bomb rod on me as well, and try a little ground bait feeder or maggot feeder just to wink out a bite from something. But we'll give it a go, and I'll get back to you when I get started and hopefully have a couple of bites. Well, no bites yet. I've gone out on bread punch, like I said. First of all, introduced a couple of balls of it's just unbelievable. I just had a bite. I'll get back to you in a sec. First roach, hopefully first of many. Well, no more bites on the bread, so I'm going to go out now on a lighter rig. I've got set up with about an 010 bottom, about size 18 or 20 hook. So I'm going to go out on that with either a maggot, big red maggot, or Pinky, and see if I can get a few bites. Unfortunately, I had no more bites on the bread at all. No indications even. So yeah. Trying the tip now. A little bomb rod with a little ground bait feeder. I didn't have any more bites on the pole at all, which surprised me. I thought I would. I even changed the maggot, and Pinky tried that, and not a tap. It is early, and I used to always find when I fished it years ago, this place never used to come on till the afternoon. And trouble is, today I can only stay till about 2 o'clock or the latest, but I used to find it was sort of after that time, after about 1ish, you start to get a few bites. So I might be missing the best time of day. It's what it is this time of year. Quite often they don't come on till late when I'm not available to fish at those hours, unfortunately. So I've got to make do with what I got. So anyway, I've gone out on the feeder initially with bread, about 3/4 of the way across, and I'll give that a go. I'm going to keep drip feeding a few maggots and a bit of bread punch on the pole line. I've put away my bread float, my bread rig. I'm just going to concentrate now on the pole when I fish it on Pinky and maggot. The flow is going backward and forward. I don't know if it's because they're opening the lock further down or what, or just the way the current's pushing it. But yeah, bit of frustrated. I had that bite. I thought, wow, here we go, it's going to be all right. And then not a tap. So I'll keep persevering. Hopefully I'll get a few more taps and a few more fish before I knock it on the head. I'm going to try bread on the feeder initially, and then I'll try maggot and lighten right down to a really light hook. I think like a 1/7 bottom and size 20 hook, but we'll see how it progresses. I've got £9 braid on this rig, and attached to that I've got a quite a heavy look length at the moment because it's so coloured. I don't think it'll make too much difference on the bottom. Of about sort of £5 line with a size 12 up with a bit of bread, a big piece of bread punch on. I'm going to try that first of all with liquidised bread and a feeder. See if I can winkle out another roach on the bread. If that doesn't work, I'm going to go out on maggot. I'm going to say with a size 20 Okinawa 1/7 bottom, and a hook length about a foot and a half. I've got a bit of a bend in my tip, and the rod I like quite a bend to see drop back bites. And we'll see how it goes with that. I'm not that confident now. I was initially after I had that fish, and now my confidence seems to be wearing thin. But I'm just hoping, give it half an hour and temperature increases, I might start getting a few bites. Let's hope, eh? Let's hope. We'll give it a go for a bit longer anyway. Well, I'm back on the pole again now. It is really slow. I guess all the rain we've had over the last week, all the cold water going. I mean, it rained again yesterday, I think. Yeah, it did. It's going to kill it. It just didn't stabilise the temperature. It's always going to get cooler, isn't it, I suppose? Yeah, really struggling to have a one bite, one nice roach on the bread. I tried bread again a minute ago. Not sniff. Tried the feeder, not a sniff. I'm back on the pole again now. It's loose feeding a few pinkies and fishing a big maggot. I've tried pinky on the hook. It's so coloured. I know I'm just making excuses really, but I just can't seem to get a bite. I'm fishing light. Maybe the long pole over there would do it, but I haven't got that anyway. So, scratching my head. It's about 11:10. Like I said, this place used to not come on when I used to fish it years ago until later on in the afternoon. Maybe it's just miles too early, and if I don't start catching, I'll knock it on the head by about 1:30 because I've got to go ahead sort of 2 o'clock at the latest. We'll give it a bit longer. You never know. A couple of fish might turn up, but this fish just chopped in the peg actually. A roach or a bleak just chopped right by the float. So there's fish there, but they're just not having a munch just yet. But you never know. If they could come on the feed, hopefully in the next sort of half an hour, I might be able to put a few fish together before I go home. Well, I've had a couple of bites. Only bleak, mind you. I've had 2 bites and 2 bleak, and I saw a few bleak moving through topping. But it's a good sign. At least it's a bite, it's a fish. You never know, something better quality might come on. I'm going to keep putting the feed in, and we'll see what happens. I haven't got emp and stuff like that on me today, so yeah, if they do become a pain, it might be difficult. But I'd rather catch the bleak today than nothing at all. But I'll see how it progresses. I might start like basically feeding a bit heavier to see if I can sort of get through to some better quality fish. But at least I'm getting a few bites now, so let's see how it progresses. I'm back on the feeder now. I gave it a bit longer on the pole. I had 2 bleak and then nothing at all. Maybe I overfed them because I did put in a couple of decent handfuls of maggot. Try and see if I can spur anything else on a bit bigger, but that was it then. So I've seen nothing else top. It's getting later in the day now. I thought it would have come on about 12ish if we're going to start catching, and the amount of time I've got to fish. So probably give it another about half an hour maybe at max. I've gone over on the feeder now over there about 3/4 of the way across and see if I can tempt just one more bite off a better quality fish. Well, nothing going on at all. It's proven to be a difficult session. In fact, every session I've had this year has been a struggle. I've hardly had a bite, but we've been having all that rain. It was initially a frost. I was struggling there to get a bite. And in the middle of the rain, I'm struggling to get a bite. So yeah, I don't know. The place I'm fishing is just really tough at the moment. I might have to go a bit further afield, which I didn't want to do, particularly. Might even have to go on a still water. But to be honest, that's hitting the miss sometimes. you know, people getting a few fish out in one peg, and then other people can be blanking. So there's nowhere I know of consistently fishing well, which I'm a member of the club at the moment. So I'm just have to wait, I think, for the weather to improve before I actually start putting a few fish on the bites, but fish on the bank. But at least it's nice to be outside. It hasn't rained so far. I've been very lucky because it was supposed to rain, and it's been a pleasant day. The sun came out earlier on, and I tell you what, it was really nice in the sun. So it's just nice to be outside. I don't go fishing anymore just to catch fish. It just gets me out in nature and by water. I love being by water. Anyway, there's always next time if I don't catch anything. Always next time.